Choosing the real estate agent that quotes you the highest amount of money for your house is the single biggest mistake home sellers make. And I believe it's one of the major reasons why 46.2% of houses fail to sell and why the average days on the market is over 100. Hi, my name is Brian Mayer with the Mayer Group of RE/MAX 1. Today I want to tell you how to avoid that mistake and what to look out for. Of course, it's flattering and intriguing and very tempting when someone tells you your house is worth more than what everybody else does. Maybe they see something in your house, or maybe they have some sort of a magical marketing program, or maybe they just know something that everybody else doesn't know. And if you're gonna roll the dice, why not roll the dice with the person who is gonna get you the most money? That's the thought process. It's completely understandable. There is a psychological phenomenon that people believe that what they own is worth more than what they would pay somebody else for. So naturally, home sellers think their house is worth more than what they would pay somebody else to buy their house. So I'm gonna fill you in a little insider secret in real estate, and that is that a slimy sales technique is to tell somebody that their house is worth more than what they actually think it's worth in order to get the listing, and then turn around and say, well, the market is slow right now, or your house is a little bit overpriced. Let's go ahead and lower the price, in order to be able to kind of chase this boulder down the hill of keep lowering and lowering and lowering it until we finally find a buyer. And then the buyers start to sense the desperation. When you see a listing that's 30, 60, 90 days on the market, what are you thinking in your head? It's a deal. Let me go ahead. Well, maybe they're desperate. I'll just take a shot, lowball it. That is a terrible idea, guys, for selling your house. It can cost you thousands and tens of thousands of dollars in equity. And equally, if not more dangerous, is selling the house under what it's actually worth. We recently sold a house in Sunderland for $40,000 more than what the previous two real estate agents had advised the seller to sell the house for. All right, let's talk about the solution and how to avoid this. Is to hire a real estate agent that has a pre-appraisal and that gets a real fully certified appraiser to come out and do an appraisal on the house. I think a lot of times real estate agents just don't want to spend the money because if 46% of houses fail to sell, they don't want to necessarily invest that into the process, and homeowners sometimes feel like they don't want to have to spend money to do the real estate agent's job. So what do? Well, at the Mayer Group, we pay for pre-appraisals for all of our listings. On more than one occasion, I've looked at an appraisal and said, wow, this house is worth a little bit more than I thought it was. I'm an expert at helping people sell houses for the most money. My appraiser is an expert at fine-tuning the price. The first thing it does is it sets a benchmark for how much your house is worth, and it allows you to negotiate from a position of confidence and a position of strength. When you know how much your home is worth, you're more likely to take a competitive offer. The other thing that it allows you to do, and this is really crucial, is when you market it at the right price initially, you're more likely to sell it in the first 2 weeks or 30 days. Think about this for a second. If you're always worried about losing money and how much your home is worth, you're not focusing on all the things you can do to sell your house for the most money, and you're less likely to be willing to invest into the process. If you know exactly how much your house is worth, now your efforts and all of your focus is where it should be, and that is selling your house for the most money. What is it gonna take? What do I need to do? Another benefit that you probably didn't think about is it takes some of the stress off of the relationship between the homeowner and the real estate agent. Because now, instead of worrying that the real estate agent thinks your house is not worth what it should be, and therefore they're not going to try to sell it for the amount of money that you think it's worth, you both have an aligned goal of selling your house for the most money, and you're more likely to follow your real estate agent's advice and do the things that are necessary to sell your house for the most money. The process that we use at the Mayer Group is that we have all of our houses pre-appraised. Then we have all of our houses pre-home inspected. Having them pre-home inspected allows you to also negotiate from a position of strength, because after the offer is received, when the home inspection takes place, the contract opens up and the buyers have the right to walk away. And you are now in a position where you know all the things that are likely to come up in the home inspection, and you can negotiate to either not have those things fixed, or you can fix them ahead of time. And also, you'll feel more confident taking an offer because you have less anxiety anxiety about what's going to come up in the home inspection because you've already got it out of the way. The next thing is having all of the houses evaluated by a home staging consultant, where that person can come in and give you all the great decorating advice that is from a specialist. I'm a specialist at selling houses. I can't necessarily pick out curtains very well, but my home staging consultant can, and she could tell you if your curtains are great or if they're not so great for your target market that you're trying to attract when you sell your house. The last thing is, and this is just part of the process, guys, is we have all of our houses professionally photographed. We have a photographer come in and they have, you know, high-end cameras and wide-angle zoom lenses, and they take this fusion photography where they take like 5 pictures and then they mush them all together. Sometimes we add like the blue skies with the clouds, we make the grass green and add furniture in the photo, all the things that are necessary to really make the house stand out amongst the crowd. It's really all about separating your house from all the other houses where people are looking, which is on the internet. If you'd like to learn more about how the Mayor Group sells houses faster and for more money, I love the opportunity to earn your business, give you a free home evaluation on how much profit you'll make from the sale of your home. Shoot me a message on Facebook, shoot me a text message, give me a call. My name is Brian Mayer. Make it a great day.